This is the story of the greatest black revolutionary who ever lived. His name was Toussaint L'Ouverture, aka the Black Napoleon, who wound up leading the only successful large-scale slave revolt in history. The general who made Haiti the second free colony in the whole of the Americas. He was a nobody who became a somebody only after 50 years of obscurity.
In the annals of history, there exists a tale of resilience and triumph that has been inexplicably overlooked by mainstream education: the extraordinary saga of General Toussaint L'Ouverture. While textbooks may have omitted this formidable figure, his indomitable spirit and strategic brilliance deserve a place at the forefront of our collective consciousness. Louverture, an emblem of courage, rose from the shackles of slavery to lead an uprising against the mighty Napoleon Bonaparte, whose imperial ambitions knew no bounds. In a stunning reversal of power dynamics, Louverture orchestrated the impossible, assembling an army of enslaved individuals who sought not only their own freedom, but the liberation of an entire nation. The battlefield became a crucible of defiance, as Louverture faced off against Napoleon's forces, emerging victorious in a triumphant showdown that forever altered the course of history. Yet, bafflingly absent from our educational curriculum, the tale of Louverture's remarkable feat remains shrouded in obscurity, with a staggering 97% of us left in the dark about this pivotal moment. It is time to unveil the obscured chapters of courage, unraveling the narrative of the Black general, whose valor challenged the formidable might of Napoleon and emerged triumphant against all odds. The Haitian Revolution, which spanned from 1791 to 1804, was a watershed moment in history, marking the first successful slave revolt leading to the establishment of the independent Republic of Haiti. To understand the origins of this revolutionary movement, it is crucial to delve into the socio-economic and political conditions in Saint-Domingue, the French colony that would become modern-day Haiti. In the late 18th century, Saint-Domingue was a thriving French colony, considered the jewel of the Caribbean. Its prosperity was built upon an intricate social hierarchy that was shaped by the brutal institution of slavery. The colony was characterized by extreme social stratification, with a small white elite, mainly planters and colonial officials, holding immense power and wealth. The vast majority of the population consisted of enslaved Africans who toiled in brutal conditions on sugar, coffee, and indigo plantations. The sugar industry, in particular, fueled Saint-Domingue's economic success. The colony was the world's largest producer of sugar, and its economic importance to France was unparalleled. The plantations were notorious for their harsh labor conditions, and the enslaved population endured unimaginable suffering. The profits generated from the slave-driven economy, however, did not translate into better living conditions for the enslaved. The political landscape of Saint-Domingue was marked by instability and frequent changes in leadership. The colony experienced a power struggle among the white elite, with factions aligning themselves with different European powers during times of conflict. Additionally, the complex racial dynamics within the colony further complicated the political scenario. The rigid racial hierarchy included not only whites and enslaved Africans, but also free people of color, mixed-race individuals. Despite being free, people of color faced severe discrimination and were denied many rights enjoyed by the white population. This racial tension simmered beneath the surface and would play a pivotal role in the unfolding revolution. The French Revolution, which commenced in 1789, had a profound impact on the aspirations of the Haitian people for freedom and equality. The revolutionary ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity resonated with the disenfranchised population of Saint-Domingue, setting the stage for a radical transformation. News of the revolutionary events in France spread rapidly throughout the colonies, sparking discussions about the possibility of applying these principles in Saint-Domingue. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen, a cornerstone document of the French Revolution, became a source of inspiration for many in Saint-Domingue who sought an end to slavery and racial discrimination.
Events in France were moving faster than anyone had ever intended. I mean, this was volcanic upheaval, a true class revolution that turned everything completely upside down.
Enslaved individuals and free people of color, cognizant of the revolutionary fervor in France, began to demand equal rights and an end to their oppressive conditions. The French revolutionary slogan, Liberté, Égalité, Fraternité, echoed in the hearts of those who yearned for a similar transformation in their own lives. The free people of color, who had a distinct social status but faced systemic discrimination, were particularly influenced by the French Revolution. They sought to leverage the revolutionary ideals to dismantle racial hierarchies in Saint-Domingue. Figures like Vincent Augué, a free man of color, led movements demanding political rights and equality for free people of color. Augué's rebellion in 1790 marked a significant early event that foreshadowed the larger upheaval to come. The French Revolution's impact intensified as enslaved Africans, inspired by the revolutionary spirit, saw an opportunity to challenge their oppressors. The promise of liberty and equality motivated enslaved individuals to organize and resist the brutal conditions on the plantations. In August 1791, a massive slave uprising erupted in Saint-Domingue. This event, known as the Haitian Revolution's initial spark, was marked by widespread violence as enslaved Africans rebelled against their masters. The revolutionary fervor quickly spread, and leaders like Toussaint L'Ouverture emerged to guide the resistance.
Remember about Haiti and race is it wasn't simply black and white. Instead, you had numerous gradations of color.
The Haitian Revolution's background was shaped by the oppressive socio-economic conditions in Saint-Domingue, where the prosperity of the few came at the expense of the many. The French Revolution's ideals served as a catalyst, inspiring enslaved Africans and free people of color to envision a society based on liberty and equality. The subsequent events in Saint-Domingue would culminate in a protracted and bloody struggle for freedom, ultimately resulting in the establishment of the first independent Black republic in the world. Toussaint L'Ouverture, born François Dominique. Toussaint, on May 20, 1743, in the French colony of Saint-Domingue, present-day Haiti, was a key figure in the Haitian Revolution. His early life was marked by a mixture of African heritage, enslavement, and a quest for knowledge that would eventually shape his destiny. Toussaint's background reflected the complex and diverse social fabric of Saint-Domingue. His exact ancestry is not well documented, but it is believed that he was born into slavery to enslaved African parents. The island, during this period, was a lucrative French colony, fueled by the brutal exploitation of enslaved Africans on sugarcane and coffee plantations.
I was born a slave, but nature gave me the soul of a free man.
Toussaint's early years were spent toiling on a plantation, enduring the harsh conditions of slavery. His experiences in the fields exposed him to the brutalities of the system, igniting a fire for freedom and justice within him. Despite the oppressive circumstances, Toussaint demonstrated resilience and an innate intelligence that set him apart. In addition to his work in the fields, Toussaint became knowledgeable about medicinal plants, which later contributed to his reputation as a healer. This skill not only earned him some autonomy within the plantation, but also allowed him to interact with both enslaved individuals and plantation owners. One of the distinguishing aspects of Toussaint's early life was his thirst for knowledge. Despite being denied formal education due to his enslaved status, he managed to educate himself through various means. He learned to read and write, acquiring knowledge about military strategy, politics, and philosophy. Toussaint's access to books and the teachings of various mentors, both enslaved and free individuals, fueled his intellectual growth. His deep understanding of the principles of the Enlightenment, which advocated for liberty and equality, significantly influenced his worldview and future actions. The turning point in Toussaint's life came in 1791 when the enslaved population in Saint-Domingue revolted against their oppressors in what would become the Haitian Revolution. Toussaint emerged as a leader, displaying strategic acumen and military prowess. His intimate knowledge of the terrain, coupled with his ability to unite disparate factions within the enslaved population, contributed to his rapid rise within the revolutionary ranks.
Frightening imbalance of numbers and horrible suffering and all of that, there would emerge a leader, revolutionary leader. I believe right now referred to him as a Black Spartacus.
As the revolution unfolded, Toussaint skillfully navigated alliances with different groups, including Spanish and British forces, in pursuit of the overarching goal of emancipation and independence. His leadership during this period solidified his reputation as a charismatic and effective military commander. As Toussaint gained prominence, he adopted the name Louverture, which means the opening in French. This symbolic choice reflected his newfound role as a pathfinder, opening the way to freedom for the enslaved population. The adoption of this name also marked his shift from a slave working on plantations to a revolutionary leader with a vision for a free and independent Haiti. In the years following the outbreak of the revolution, Toussaint continued to demonstrate his military prowess and leadership abilities. His commitment to ending slavery and achieving self-governance for the people of Saint-Domingue propelled him to the forefront of the revolutionary movement. Toussaint L'Ouverture's early life, marked by enslavement, intellectual curiosity, and a determination to resist oppression, laid the foundation for his role as a revolutionary leader. His journey from a plantation worker to a key figure in the Haitian Revolution showcases the transformative power of individual resilience and the quest for knowledge in the face of adversity. Toussaint Louverture's rise to prominence within the Haitian Revolution is a compelling tale of resilience, strategic acumen, and unwavering commitment to the cause of liberty. Born into slavery in 1743, Toussaint's early life was marked by hardship. However, his intellect and determination set him apart, eventually propelling him into a leadership role that would shape the destiny of a nation. Toussaint's journey from a plantation slave to a military and political leader began with his exposure to various intellectual pursuits. His master recognized his intelligence and allowed him access to books, enabling him to educate himself. This self-taught leader embraced ideas of freedom and equality from the Enlightenment, which greatly influenced his revolutionary zeal. As the Haitian Revolution erupted in 1791, Toussaint swiftly aligned himself with the cause of liberation. His military prowess and tactical brilliance quickly earned him respect among the insurgent slaves. In 1793, when Spain and Britain sought to capitalize on the chaos in Saint-Domingue, Toussaint displayed exceptional military leadership by successfully repelling foreign invasions. Toussaint's rise to prominence was further solidified when he aligned himself with France against the Spanish and British forces. His allegiance to the French Republic was initially driven by a desire for emancipation and equality rather than outright independence. His ability to navigate complex alliances showcased his political astuteness. Toussaint Louverture's leadership style was a blend of strategic vision, pragmatism, and a deep understanding of the socio-political landscape. He emerged as a unifying figure, transcending divisions among the various factions within the slave uprising. His charismatic leadership not only inspired loyalty, but also facilitated collaboration between former slaves, free people of color, and mulattoes. Toussaint's leadership was characterized by a pragmatic approach to diplomacy. He skillfully negotiated with foreign powers, including the British and Spanish, to protect and advance the interests of the Haitian people. However, as the French Revolution took an authoritarian turn under Napoleon, Toussaint's commitment to liberty evolved into a quest for full independence for Saint-Domingue. Toussaint's leadership also extended to the realm of governance. As a statesman, he implemented policies that aimed at economic stability and social cohesion. His administration focused on rebuilding the war-torn country, emphasizing agriculture and infrastructure development. Toussaint's ability to transition from a military leader to a statesman reflected his adaptability and holistic understanding of the challenges facing Haiti. Toussaint Louverture's military strategies were marked by a combination of conventional warfare, guerrilla tactics, and an acute understanding of the terrain. His forces, known as the Army of Saints, were a diverse mix of former slaves, free people of color, and mulattoes, united by a common goal of defeating colonial powers. One of Toussaint's key military strategies was the effective use of guerrilla warfare. Recognizing the limitations of his forces in terms of training and resources, he leveraged the mountainous terrain of Haiti to launch surprise attacks on better-equipped enemies. This asymmetrical warfare inflicted heavy casualties on the French and other invading forces, demoralizing them and buying time for the Haitian Revolution to gain momentum. Toussaint also demonstrated strategic brilliance in managing resources. Despite facing numerous challenges, he maintained discipline among his troops and implemented a system of forced labor to fortify defensive positions. His military acumen was particularly evident in the successful defense of strategic locations, such as the city of Le Cap, against superior enemy forces. Toussaint's diplomatic and military maneuvers culminated in the signing of the 1801 Constitution, which declared him governor for life. This act solidified his authority and marked a unique blend of military leadership and political astuteness. However, this consolidation of power also drew the attention of Napoleon, leading to the eventual confrontation between the two leaders. Toussaint L'Ouverture's leadership during the Haitian Revolution stands as a testament to his extraordinary abilities as a military strategist, diplomat, and statesman. His rise from a slave on a plantation to a prominent leader exemplifies the transformative power of determination and intellect. Toussaint's legacy is not only embedded in the history of Haiti but also resonates globally as an inspirational symbol of resistance against oppression and a fervent advocate for freedom and equality. Toussaint L'Ouverture, born a slave in Saint-Domingue in 1743, emerged as a central figure in the Haitian Revolution, a tumultuous period that sought to dismantle the shackles of slavery and gain independence from colonial rule. His leadership played a pivotal role in challenging the status quo, but his relationship with France was marked by ambiguity and shifting allegiances. At the outset of the Haitian Revolution in 1791, Toussaint, initially a Spanish ally against the French, soon recognized the potential for greater autonomy within a framework of cooperation with France. This shift in allegiance was not merely opportunistic. It reflected Toussaint's strategic vision for a free and sovereign Haiti. In 1794, the French National Convention, influenced by revolutionary ideals, declared the abolition of slavery in all French colonies, including Saint-Domingue. This proclamation set the stage for Toussaint's negotiations with France. Toussaint L'Ouverture, a self-educated man with an astute understanding of political dynamics, saw an opportunity to advance the cause of liberty while securing stability for the people of Saint-Domingue. His overtures to the French were not solely focused on achieving independence, but also involved negotiating terms that would secure the abolition of slavery, a fundamental objective for the enslaved population. In 1797, Toussaint, having risen to the position of Governor-General of Saint-Domingue, initiated talks with representatives of the French government. He sought an agreement that would recognize the autonomy of Saint-Domingue while maintaining a nominal connection to France. Importantly, he insisted on the preservation of the abolition of slavery, a hard-won gain for the black population. The negotiations were complex, reflecting the delicate balance Toussaint had to maintain between asserting Haitian independence and appeasing French authorities. The resulting accord, the Treaty of Basel in 1798, solidified Toussaint's position as de facto ruler of Saint-Domingue while recognizing France's sovereignty. This treaty, however, did not fully address the question of Haitian independence and left room for future tensions. The fragile equilibrium between Toussaint L'Ouverture and France faced a severe test with the ascent of Napoleon Bonaparte. As Napoleon rose to power in France, his imperial ambitions and the desire to reinstate slavery clashed with the gains made during the Revolution. In 1801, Napoleon, now First Consul of France, dispatched his brother-in-law, General Charles Leclerc, with a formidable expeditionary force to restore French control in Saint-Domingue. This marked a crucial turning point in Toussaint's relationship with France. Initially, Toussaint sought to resist without engaging in a direct confrontation. He aimed to safeguard the gains of the revolution and negotiate with Leclerc, emphasizing the need to maintain the abolition of slavery and the autonomy of Saint-Domingue. However, Napoleon's intentions were far from conciliatory. As Leclerc's forces landed in Saint-Domingue, it became evident that the true objective was to reimpose French dominance and restore the institution of slavery. The ambiguity that characterized Toussaint's relationship with France evaporated, replaced by a stark realization that negotiation alone would not preserve the hard-fought freedoms. As French forces intensified their efforts to subdue the Haitian resistance, Toussaint's stance evolved. Recognizing the existential threat posed by Napoleon's expedition, he shifted from a diplomatic approach to military resistance. The Battle of Betrayal in November 1803 became the culmination of this resistance, with Haitian forces, under Toussaint's leadership, achieving a decisive victory over the French. The victory at Betrayal marked the effective end of French ambitions in Haiti. However, the triumph was bittersweet, as Toussaint's efforts to negotiate a peaceful coexistence with France had ultimately failed. In 1804, Jean-Jacques Dessalines, Toussaint's lieutenant, declared Haiti's independence and abolished all forms of colonial rule. Toussaint Louverture's legacy remains complex. His early attempts at negotiation with France showcased a nuanced understanding of political realities, a desire for stability, and a commitment to securing the gains of the revolution. However, faced with Napoleon's uncompromising stance, he transitioned to military resistance, leaving an indelible mark on the fight for freedom and independence.
Fought off 3 empires and enraged Napoleon.
The alliance and conflict with France in Toussaint. Louverture's story reflects the complexities of navigating a path to autonomy within the shifting sands of revolutionary fervor and imperial ambitions. His legacy endures as a symbol of resilience, strategic acumen, and the unyielding spirit of those who fought for liberty in the face of formidable odds. In 1801, Toussaint L'Ouverture, who had emerged as a key figure in the Haitian Revolution, negotiated a treaty with France that recognized the autonomy of Saint-Domingue and allowed for the gradual emancipation of slaves. However, this agreement did not sit well with Napoleon Bonaparte, who had ascended to power in France and was determined to reimpose French authority and reinstate slavery in its colonies. Napoleon dispatched his brother-in-law, General Charles Leclerc, along with a formidable expeditionary force to restore French dominance in Saint-Domingue. Leclerc's primary mission was to capture Toussaint L'Ouverture and crush the revolutionary movement. The French forces, well-equipped and disciplined, posed a significant threat to the rebel forces led by Toussaint. The circumstances leading to Toussaint's capture were multifaceted. One factor was the internal divisions among the leaders of the Haitian Revolution. Toussaint faced opposition from some factions, including André Rigaud and Alexandre Pétion, who were wary of his growing power and sought to align with the French to preserve their own interests. This internal strife weakened the united front against the approaching French forces. Leclerc exploited these internal divisions, employing both military tactics and political machinations to isolate and weaken Toussaint's position. He skillfully played different factions against each other, making strategic alliances with some rebel leaders while aggressively confronting others. This strategy undermined the unity of the revolutionary forces, making it easier for the French to advance. As the French forces closed in, Toussaint faced difficult choices. Despite attempts to resist the overwhelming might of the French expedition, he found himself increasingly isolated. In May 1802, betrayed by some of his own generals and facing military pressure from the French, Toussaint made the painful decision to surrender to General Leclerc. Toussaint L'Ouverture's capture marked the end of his active involvement in the Haitian Revolution. The French, however, did not honor their earlier promises of amnesty and respect for his rank. Instead, they imprisoned him, sending him to Fort de Joux in the Jura Mountains of France. The conditions of his imprisonment were harsh, and Toussaint, who had once been a powerful and influential leader, was now confined in a cold and damp cell, cut off from the tropical land he had fought so hard to liberate. Tragically, Toussaint L'Ouverture did not survive his imprisonment. He succumbed to pneumonia and malnutrition in April 1803. His death in captivity, far from his homeland, was a somber epilogue to a life dedicated to the pursuit of freedom and justice. The capture and imprisonment of Toussaint L'Ouverture had profound consequences for the Haitian Revolution. Although the struggle for independence continued under the leadership of other revolutionary figures, Toussaint's absence left a void that was difficult to fill. However, his legacy endured, inspiring future generations to continue the fight for liberty and equality. Toussaint L'Ouverture, a towering figure in the history of the Haitian Revolution, left an enduring legacy that extended far beyond the borders of the Caribbean. His impact on the Haitian Revolution and the broader struggle for abolition and independence reverberated through history, influencing movements for freedom and equality around the world. Toussaint L'Ouverture emerged as a charismatic and strategic leader during the tumultuous years of the Haitian Revolution, 1791-1804. Born into slavery, he rose to prominence through a combination of military acumen, political astuteness, and an unwavering commitment to the ideals of liberty and equality. Toussaint envisioned a Haiti free from the shackles of slavery, where the formerly enslaved could govern themselves and build a society based on principles of justice. Toussaint's leadership played a pivotal role in the fight against colonial powers, primarily France and Spain. His military strategies and diplomatic maneuvers contributed to the abolition of slavery in Haiti. In 1801, Toussaint drafted a constitution that proclaimed him governor-general for life, signaling a form of de facto independence for Haiti. This movie, however, led to heightened tensions with Napoleon Bonaparte, who sought to reassert control over the valuable sugar-producing colony. Napoleon, eager to restore French dominance and reinstate slavery in the Caribbean, dispatched an expeditionary force to quell the rebellion in Haiti. Despite being outnumbered and facing a formidable opponent, Toussaint skillfully utilized guerrilla warfare and exploited divisions among his enemies. While Toussaint was eventually captured and imprisoned in 1802, his resistance laid the groundwork for the eventual triumph of the Haitian Revolution. Toussaint's legacy endured long after his capture and tragic death in a French prison in 1803. The impact of his leadership became particularly evident in 1804 when Haiti declared its independence, becoming the first Black republic in the world. This watershed moment sent shockwaves through the international community, challenging prevailing notions of racial hierarchy and inspiring enslaved populations worldwide to envision liberation. The establishment of Haiti as an independent nation-state was a milestone that resonated across continents. Toussaint's struggle against slavery and colonial oppression became a symbol of hope for enslaved individuals in the Americas and beyond. Abolitionists in Europe and the Americas pointed to Haiti as evidence that enslaved people could successfully overthrow their oppressors and build a free society. Although Toussaint did not live to witness Haiti's official declaration of independence, his legacy continued through the efforts of other leaders, such as Jean-Jacques Dessalines. The newly formed Haitian government faced diplomatic challenges as major powers hesitated to recognize the legitimacy of a Black-led nation. However, Haiti's successful defense against French forces and the strategic brilliance displayed by Toussaint contributed to the gradual acknowledgement of Haitian sovereignty. Toussaint L'Ouverture's legacy extended beyond the 19th century, influencing subsequent movements for civil rights and independence. The Haitian Revolution served as a beacon for leaders such as Simón Bolívar and other Latin American liberators, demonstrating that oppressed populations could successfully challenge imperial powers. Toussaint L'Ouverture's impact on the Haitian Revolution and the broader struggle for abolition and independence was profound. His leadership laid the foundation for Haiti's emergence as the first independent Black republic, challenging the prevailing order and inspiring movements for freedom worldwide. Toussaint's vision of a society based on principles of justice and equality continues to resonate, making him a symbol of resilience and liberation in the annals of history. The Haitian Revolution, unfolding between 1791 and 1804, holds immense historical significance within the broader context of global abolition movements. The uprising in Saint-Domingue, the French colony on the island of Hispaniola, modern-day Haiti and the Dominican Republic, was deeply intertwined with the spirit of the times, fueled by Enlightenment ideals and the fervor of the French Revolution. The Enlightenment era, marked by intellectual developments in the 18th century, championed ideals such as liberty, equality, and fraternity. These principles found resonance in the French Revolution, which erupted in 1789. The revolutionary fervor spread beyond France, influencing various colonies, including Saint-Domingue. The slaves, inspired by the promise of liberty, began to demand their own emancipation. The French Revolution's principles of freedom and equality were initially embraced by the French authorities in Saint-Domingue. However, the interpretation of these ideals diverged significantly between the colonial whites, mulattoes, and the enslaved African population. The struggle for control and the abolition of slavery became a central theme in the revolutionary narrative. The Haitian Revolution was a direct challenge to the institution of colonialism. The enslaved population, led by figures like Toussaint L'Ouverture, sought not only emancipation but also autonomy and independence from French rule. The success of their struggle shattered the prevailing notion that colonial powers were invincible, inspiring other colonized peoples to resist and assert their right to self-determination. The Haitian Revolution played a pivotal role in the global movement against slavery. In 1794, during the French Revolution, the National Convention in France abolished slavery in all French colonies. However, when Napoleon Bonaparte rose to power, he attempted to reintroduce slavery in the Caribbean. The successful resistance of Toussaint L'Ouverture and his forces not only thwarted Napoleon's efforts, but also demonstrated the indomitable spirit of enslaved people fighting for their freedom. The Haitian Revolution became a beacon of hope for enslaved individuals worldwide. The establishment of Haiti as the first independent Black republic sent shockwaves through the global system of slavery. It demonstrated that emancipation was achievable through determined resistance. The Haitian example inspired subsequent anti-slavery movements, including those in Latin America, the United States, and Africa.
He saw possibilities where other people didn't.
The success of the Haitian Revolution influenced leaders like Simón Bolívar and José de San Martín in their quests for Latin American independence. The idea that oppressed populations could rise against colonial powers and establish their own sovereign nations gained traction, echoing the spirit of the Haitian struggle. The Haitian Revolution contributed to the momentum of abolitionist movements in Europe and North America. Abolitionists such as William Wilberforce in Britain and abolitionist societies in the United States drew inspiration from the Haitian example, using it to strengthen their arguments against the institution of slavery. The Haitian Revolution holds a unique and enduring place in history. Beyond achieving the immediate goal of Haitian independence, it reverberated globally, challenging colonialism and becoming a catalyst for the broader abolitionist movements that sought to dismantle the institution of slavery on a global scale. Toussaint L'Ouverture and the brave men and women of the Haitian Revolution left an indelible mark on the fight for human rights and liberation.